Kovalev, he's back up the line. Back across to Svozil, nice little move in the slot. Backhander, scores! Stanislav Svozil with an absolute beauty as he flips the backhander over the shoulder of the goaltender Hildebrandt. He made that one look easy. Goes for the left circle to the right circle and flips it over the blocker of Hildebrandt. Here comes Foles to the center with speed across the Calgary line. Dishes it into the slot. Howe scores! He's done it again! Tanner Howe has done it again. Back-to-back years with the Teddy Bear toss goal. Here come the Bears. He is just the second player in franchise history to score multiple Teddy Bear toss goals.
Welcome to Pat's Cast, the unofficial Regina Pats podcast, with your hosts Chris Clark and Kevin Shaw. All right, Kevin, a 3-3 weekend wasn't too bad. I mean, kind of what we expected. A couple wins Friday, Saturday, and a tough one Sunday. I mean, I think that's kind of what we expected, wasn't it?
Oh, pretty much, yeah. Getting the 2 wins Friday, Saturday were great. It would have been awesome if they could have done a little bit better on Sunday, but getting 4-6 in a 3-3 with the travel to PA and to Winnipeg, I think it's a applause-worthy weekend for the Pats, minus Bedard. So,
yeah, I mean that's
good
kind
on
of
them.
that's kind of the big story, losing Bedard for the next 10+ games. And the team, I mean, we'll start right off on Friday night. I mean, it wasn't a pretty game, that's for sure, but they went into PA and came out with a win. I mean, I thought I know Sim was excellent that game. John was super happy with his game. He said it was a calming influence on the team, and he just stood solid in stopping PA's chances. I mean, it seemed like once they got to the third period, the Pats kind of just sat back and just like hung on, and it was just that kind of just hang on to the lead game in the third period.
Well, I don't know. I think when they scored the Teddy Bear toss late in that period, I think that kind of there was really no momentum, but I think it just kind of took the oomph out of their sails. Like they just kind of went into a shell and just played. There was no urgency. There was nothing. They just hung on. It was a weird third period.
Right. I mean, okay. So yeah. So they score the goal with less than 5 minutes to go. So they do the intermission, and then as they come out, they take a penalty at the end of the second period, and then they score right away in the third period, and it's 3-2, and then they scored 57 seconds into the third period, and then it was just like sit back, kind of
hang on for your life.
Yeah, and I mean, PA had 10 shots that period. Regina had 4. Like it was one of those just road games. They just squeaked out, right? Unfortunately, like whatever happened, they didn't get a power play. The penalty kill was 3 for 4. So that's pretty decent right there.
Especially when the Pats are their power play heavy now. Like they're almost 30% on the power play. Over the last 10 games, they're almost 40%.
I know
not have a power play. It just that takes away a pretty good percentage of their game.
Right? So you win a game without Bedard. You win a game without scoring a power play goal. Like that's right there, right? That's nothing wrong with that. You squeak one out. I mean, Janelle get a couple goals. Svozil, what a beauty goal. Like that backhand cutting through the slot. Oh, that was beauty. He's had some really good chances lately. He's set up some goals, and he's just coming to his own these last, I don't know, maybe month here. And now he's gone. Right after the Winnipeg game, he's gone to World Juniors. So that's a tough loss again. So
more on that when we get to the Winnipeg game.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Face-offs are a bit of a struggle again, but Howe, he's going to be taking the majority, all the big face-offs, most of the face-offs for the team. He was good. He was at like 50%.
Just over 50, 13-23.
Yeah. So he said after the game Saturday, he was a center in midget. So it's not new. It's not new to him. Yeah, that's there you go. It's not new to him. So, and I mean, he's looked pretty good. The other guys got to step it up, I think, as well. I mean, I don't want to call out players, but they got to work on it, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, the team is rolling right now. You kind of want to try to keep the momentum going, even though they're going to be losing multiple players here. But I mean, like you said, the power play's been hot. The penalty kill's been decent. They've been playing good hockey. Sim in net has been outstanding, I'd say, almost this last stretch.
For a guy that most people, I think,
wrote off,
including us, pretty much wrote off as him even coming back this year.
Yeah,
the dude just doubled his win total from last year already. It's not even halfway through the season.
Yeah, right. And so, I mean, the team's in a good spot right here, right? So yeah, you go to PA, you hang on to a win, you come home late, you got the teddy bear toss game. I mean, players get a little more jacked up for that game. And yeah, it wasn't an exciting game either, I don't think. Like, it was finally nice to be back in the rink watching a game, but I don't know, it wasn't a real exciting game, I thought. What about you?
Not really. It was a game. It was nice to see them. Like you said, it was nice to see them back. It was nice to be in the rink, even though it kind of smelled like exhibition still.
Yeah.
which is normal. It's the Agrodome, the brand center. It's always got that after the good old exhibition. But
well, even, sorry to interrupt there, but even on Wednesday when we went down for the Bedard press conference, it was like full exhibition smell still on Wednesday. It was bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Saturday game, like the Pats seemed to have control, but I wouldn't say control, but they were good through the first two periods. But then the third period hit, and I don't know what happened. Calgary kind of got it together and started taking it to the Pats.
I mean, they get that goal late in the second period on the 2-on-1, and they make a nice play. Schultz gets his own rebound and tucks it in. But I mean, so maybe that gave them momentum going into the third. It's a 3-2 game, right?
Yeah, that was early in the third. They scored right at the beginning of the third.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Looking at the wrong one there.
That's okay.
But okay, so yeah, go back to that first goal. How was that a goal? Like, everybody's wondering. The ref waved it off. No goal, and they go and review it, and it's a goal.
But I was looking at the replay. Did he actually wave it off, or was he just kind of waving his arms like stop the play? Because it didn't really look like he was like going no goal. He was just kind of waving his arms. It's like, what is going on? No one seemed to know what was going on, and then all of a sudden it's like they call it a goal.
Yeah. So Sim after the game said there's a new rule saying if the puck is still moving when they blow the whistle, they can call it a goal. Like if it's still it's moving, like, so I can't. I listened to it. I should have. I don't know if I put it into the interview what we are going to throw into the show here, but he said if it continues on, like the puck's still moving, but he said I don't know how that happened because it was under me and whoever else, like the D-man. So he's like, I don't know how they called it a goal, but either way, that's what he was told, and that's apparently that's the rule. I don't know, like, where these rules and stuff are. We never see that kind of stuff, but
yeah, they never put the rule book out or anything like that. So
right.
I don't know what.
What
is a rule? What isn't a rule?
Right. Exactly. Right. So yeah, so they score that one early in the third, and then Brown responds, kind of gets a lucky one, kind of maybe had Peters not sleeping, but maybe surprised on a quick shot there.
Yeah.
And they take their 2-goal lead back, and then Schultz gets that 2-on-1, and then the empty netters after that. But yeah, it was just kind of Calgary's kind of all over them. They had 21 shots that period. Like that was a lot.
Yeah, and Sim stood tall.
Yeah,
calm, like we said, calm. Just he was unbelievable. Like I don't know what else to say. He was unbelievable in that third period. Yeah,
and John was very complimentary again after the game, where he was like, he was in position, he was getting hit in the chest all game long. Like, you're doing things right when you're getting hit in the chest all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that game got a little physical too. It was interesting. I was gonna go back and look at what Janelle and Funk had going on. It was after that goal, the allowed goal, they got into it, and they got roughings, and then as soon as they come out of the box, they went at it. So I don't know what happened before that goal for them to.
That was a very old school style of play.
Yeah.
Penalty out of the box fight. It was
Right.
It was weird. Something you don't see very often anymore.
It probably wouldn't have been that if they would have just let them fight after the goal there.
Yeah, and then they played against each other a few shifts after that,
And nothing happened.
There was no roughing, no anything. They blew the steam off or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they were good to go.
Right? They had their fight. They said their piece to each other, and that was it. Right? So
And congrats to Tanner Howe on scoring the Teddy Bear toss goal.
right, yeah, I guess
First
we
Pat
should.
to do it in 2 consecutive seasons. Second Pat to score twice, and he's only 17, so potentially 2 more, maybe, probably just 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could get 2 more.
You never know. Yeah. So I think they mentioned it, but Pavel Paddock, and he scored 3 in a row, which is pretty crazy. 2 for Calgary, then 1 for Regina. So that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Who mentioned that, Rempel?
I don't know who
Because I told Kelly Rempel that before the game.
did he. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of went back and listened
Whatever,
to a bit of
that's
it,
okay. He has 3 in a row. 2 for
Yeah.
Calgary, 1 for us.
but no, for sure. So
1 for the Pats, 1 for us.
yeah, then after kind of Suzulev scored again, Svozil set up a couple goals. On the Teddy Bear toss goal, that was a great pass. Set up Howe right in the slot, just ripped it. And I mean, both those
Ripped it
guys
right by the ear.
yeah, that's what we were saying. It was right over his shoulder where you can't catch it. You almost got to put your head in front of it, right? And he didn't.
Yeah,
Peters
gotta
didn't
try
really
to
have a
get in the way,
chance.
but he couldn't.
Yeah.
No. It didn't even turn his head. It was by him. It was a nice shot.
Yeah. So Tanner Howe, I mean, adding on to the Sunday game, but he had a 8-game point streak after Saturday. Suzulev had 6 games, and Svozil had 10 games. Both of those were broken Sunday night. But I mean, yeah, there's guys that are hot, they're rolling, and yeah, like
Suzdalev got a point today.
did he get one?
He got an assist on Howe's goal.
Okay.
Howe's goal. So
Okay,
his
so
streak's intact. How is Suzdalev's streak's intact?
okay, there we go. Yeah, I thought it was just Armstrong. I remember Armstrong had an assist, but all right, yeah. And I mean, anything else from that game?
No, it's just I'm glad they're back.
Yeah, nice
Was
to be
a-
back in the rink.
I still feel sorry for them having to go to PA and then back, and then do their trip to Winnipeg for this game. But
Well, yeah, and they left right after the game Saturday night, so they
Yep.
they got in whatever hour in the morning into Winnipeg.
yeah, whatever time they got there. Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
brutal.
So we'll throw it to. We got a little bit of John Paddock, Drew Sim, and Tanner Howe after Saturday's game, so we'll listen to those now.
Last night you mentioned Sim as a calming influence. It seems like he's really taken that starter's role and run with it here now, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would say so. I thought he was even better tonight. Can't say he was more composed necessarily, but he was composed. Like, he was in position, like pucks were hitting him in the chest all the time. And that's just a sign of, you're on top of your game, you're in position, because everybody has some good shooters and they're not aiming for the chest, but when it hits you there, that, gives some credit to the goalie.
It seems maybe some calls haven't gone your way and somehow a goal got allowed after it was disallowed, but how has the team kind of battled through that lately?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just part of the season progressing. Is part of, guys like Whitehead and Feist and Rowan that are in there sort of. So it's maturing. Like and you're just going to get better. Like, those guys are at a stage now where they need to become key parts to our team, because we've got younger guys and then we got some older guys. So I think it's maturity. I think it's, just understanding situations and stuff. It just. That's why, I remember when I came here, Dave Struch said, the players will take a big step after Christmas. The young guys will. And, they do year to year and stuff like that. So our team is just maturing, that's all.
And then Svozil, he's already taken that jump, it seems, just this year alone. And then, unfortunately, you're going to be losing him right away.
Yeah, that's a big hole. I thought Stan's play for the first month maybe month and a week was just sort of inconsistent. But you can certainly, and the defensemen aren't always judged by the stats. I've had a lot of conversations with them, like, any defenseman at any level, if you can't defend or stop the other team scoring, you don't play. And so, that's still an emphasis for him, but his skating and his skill level, is elite.
Yeah, it seems like he's had a scoring chance first shift of the last 3 games, it seems.
Or set one up. I mean, our power play was basically 0, that first power play, and then, he makes one rush and makes a pass to a pure goal scorer, and it's 1-0.
It seems you've kind of taken the starter's role here. John, last 2 games here, said you've been a calming influence on this team. What have you thought about your game?
I'm really happy with it and where it is right now. On the trip out to BC, me and Wops did a lot of work, or not a lot of work, but we texted quite a bit back and forth about just controlling my emotions and taking my emotions out of the game, and just having that common influence on the guys and kind of keep everyone level-headed, and I think it's helped out a lot.
Yeah, it seems even the team responded, give up a goal. Like the first one was a tough one to give up. But
How nice is it to just put together a couple of these streaks you guys have put together on the road and to come back home now?
It's been unreal. I think it's a big confidence boost for us, and obviously the way we played on the road is hopefully going to lead us really well into Christmas break, and hopefully we'll be in a good position.
What was it like on that? Like that trip, it seemed like it probably helped you guys, right? Not just the winning, but the bonding, and it's a long trip. How do you think that experience is going to help you guys, the off-ice part of that trip?
That was actually, I think that was really good for our team. Lots of these guys haven't experienced what the real WHL was before COVID with these long trips. So to have a bunch, and we're a pretty young team still, and lots of guys haven't done that before. So I think being around each other for 10, 12 days like that did nothing but help.
And Tanner just keeps doing the teddy bear roll. He just
Oh yeah, I know everyone's been kind of questioning him without Bedard, but if you know him and you've seen him practice, he doesn't need beds. He's going to be a special player in this league, and he's going to play this game for a long time.
Is it a special goal for the players to get that teddy bear toss goal?
Yeah, it's very special. I mean, it goes to a good cause, and yeah, it just feels pretty good.
This is the first year since COVID hit that they're going to deliver teddy bears to the hospitals, to the kids. How special would that be to be a part of and deliver some Christmas joy with the teddy bear?
Yeah, I mean, if we did it this year, I'd for sure do it. I mean, that'd be pretty special, and yeah, it would mean a lot.
I guess you guys keep finding a way to win. You're on the road, lots of couple win streaks here. What have you seen the kind of step taken by this team?
Yeah, I mean, Simmer's been huge for us. I mean, he's obviously, I think he's won 7 of the last 8 or something. And yeah, I think we just been playing our game and keeping to our structure, and I think that's been huge for us.
All right. Speaking of Winnipeg, get into the Winnipeg at whatever hour. Maybe get a sleep. I don't know what you do, but
probably not sleep on the bus because they're probably still pretty hyper, pretty jacked up from the 2-2.
And then so you roll into Winnipeg, and it's no easy task. Right? Like we said, they haven't beat Winnipeg ever since they've moved there, and Kelton Pine gets a start. Now he got called up earlier in the week, and I said to you, I'm like, he should probably play Saturday. They're not going to play him Sunday, are they? Sure enough, they play him Sunday, and I'm just like, oh, really? I mean, I don't know, but
throw him to the proverbial wolves.
Yeah, right. I mean, Sim's been playing so good. Maybe you have a chance with Sim Sunday, or they just put all their eggs in the Friday-Saturday game and said, we're going all in Friday-Saturday.
Got to get those wins. Hope for the best on Sunday, but losing Brown Saturday night.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Spencer to what looked like a pretty bad leg injury.
Yeah, we kind of forgot about that.
And not having Bedard. Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, the more they showed that Spencer replay, because they showed it 5 or 6 times, the more they showed it, the worse it looked. Like, does not look good. Like, I don't think he's going to be back.
His right leg buckled underneath. It was.
If he's back at anytime soon, it'll be short of a miracle, right? Like, I think he's going to be out. We'll see what happens Tuesday on the weekly report, but I like, obviously we're no doctors, but I mean, it just didn't look good. But
No, your leg's not supposed to bend that way.
right, yeah. So that with that injury, and then Shantz being out after the Edmonton game, they're short forwards now, and so they had to call up Cole Temple, which isn't surprising. You're in Winnipeg. He's in Brandon. That's an easy call up there. And then Pine starting. I mean, I don't think Pine played bad at all. He
looked like, I don't know if it was nerves early, but he just didn't seem quite like he wasn't settled. He just seemed kind of off a little bit early. But then as the game went on, he let in a couple goals later on, but he was pretty solid. Faced 40 shots, only allowed 6 goals against Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So
and I mean,
that's not terrible.
And then, like we were talking before we came on, it wasn't any of their big guys. Like Benson, Savoy, Geeky, the three of them combined had 1 assist, and that was Benson had 1 assist. You know, they gave up goals to Oring, Friesen, Owen Peterson. I mean, he's a solid player.
But
Shiloh,
he got the gift goal.
and he got the gift goal. Yeah. Shiloh, Bruce, and Sword, a defenseman. Like, all those guys have under 10 goals a season each, right? So
other than Peterson,
Peterson, and he got a gift. So he shut down the big boys, and I mean, like, there was that disallowed goal. I think Benson hit it in with his hand. That would have been.
Couldn't really tell from the replay. There
was one replay, and I think he threw his hand at it, and
could be
right.
Couldn't really tell from the replay.
But that goal there, or on that play, I mean, the Pats were looking pretty rough. I think the fourth line was out there, unfortunately. And they were it looked like a penalty kill. They were just kind of standing there, and Winnipeg was skating circles around them, and it was like, because
there was a few shifts like that. And it was just like an extended power play.
Right, and that was the first period. I think that's just the being on the road for so long, having a couple late nights, having whatever sleep you got the night before this game. I think that was most of the problem.
Winnipeg is pretty deep.
And
Winnipeg is pretty deep. They don't have like a lot of firepower on the lower lines, but they're all decent.
Yeah,
they're all decent. Like, I'm actually surprised Skylar Bruce only has 7 goals. I figured he'd be up into like 10, 12 already, but
he probably doesn't get a ton of power play time.
He's not on the top line or whatever anymore. So, but he's still got 22 points.
Yeah.
So like
but I think the Pats kind of got their legs a little bit into the second and third. I mean, it is what it is. Like, they weren't going to come out with a win in this game, unfortunately. But no matter what they did, I don't think. But I think, and Pine. I mean, like you said, I think he got his legs under him, and he made some big saves. He made some nice saves.
Yeah, he got built up confidence as the game went on.
Yeah,
I know he let in 6, but he stopped 34 of Winnipeg shots. So it's kudos to him.
Definitely.
And our one Bash brother, again, Corbin Vaughn, took another major, checking to the head. That doesn't bode well.
It doesn't at all. I mean, Geeky got up right away. Maybe it saves some of his bacon, but I mean, 2 suspensions already this year. Like, you're looking at a third one for sure, of some sort.
Yeah, well, he's now a repeat offender. Like, you got suspended twice.
Yeah,
automatic repeat offender. So unless the league looks at it and says, "Hey, it wasn't that bad," I don't know what the criteria is. But
I think they only showed one replay, and Geeky was along the boards, and he kind of, I don't know if he slipped.
But he got him high though. He
did hit him high. That's for sure. And I mean, Geeky's a tall guy, so it's not like he's hitting some small guy, right? So
and the Vaughns are both big, and they both make noise when they hit.
Yeah,
they do hit hard.
Well, Corbin just hit Geeky just before that too, crushed him pretty hard. He got a penalty there as well. So Geeky was kind of on the end of both of them. But
Jackson got the first one.
Oh, Jackson got the first one. Yeah, Corbin got the second one. And so it was interesting, but it's unfortunate. So then now you're down a D-man.
Potentially Vaughn, potentially. We don't know for sure, but
I mean, they do have some more depth at D. that they can bring in. But
and losing Brown doesn't help either.
No,
over a 20-year-old defenseman. He's hurt somehow. Got hurt Saturday night during the game, I guess, and he was scratched for Sunday.
So, and then another thing, we're like, okay, for forwards, who are they going to bring up? Well, Zacharias is the first name to come up. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's up this week for the 3 games this week. But then after Christmas, you don't know what's going to happen. The Blazers are in the Max tournament in Calgary at Christmas to New Year's.
The Circle K Challenge or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, I call it the Max because if I say it's a Circle K Challenge, people are like, "What the hell is that?" Yeah,
as I said, like whatever it's called now.
Yeah, if you Google Max tournament, it still comes up, and then they're like, "Oh, it's changed to the Circle K Challenge." So, but, yeah. So I think I don't know who has the say there, but is he gone to Calgary? Is he going to stick with the Pats? I don't know, but who knows? Maybe they'll bring somebody else up. But again, their D-men as well with Saskatoon, like McEachern. I mean, Smith is a 15, so he wouldn't come. You'd think McEachern would be maybe one of the guys called up, but you got Herman Plaisir to step in, and then Bridgman. Pat C's, they're going to Calgary as well. So,
yep.
And then because Svozel's going to be gone as well, too, right? So Svozel, you're going to be down to Svozel for sure. Brown, who knows? And Vaughn, who knows? So there's 3 guys. So you got Bateman, Berg, Feist. Yeah, like they're in trouble.
Baker, Berg, Feist, and Herman.
So there's there's some roster crunch here.
Forgot to count Svozel in my counts. Like, holy smokes, they could be in big trouble.
Yeah, so hopefully Brown isn't hurt too much because that's could get ugly here, right? But I mean, 3 games this week, and then you get 10 days off. 17th
so
the last game.
Maybe.
Yeah, rest up. Yeah, you're off the 17th. Last game's the 17th, and then they're back Wednesday the 28th. So a week and a half between games. But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what the roster looks like this coming week. So it's Wednesday with Spokane here. Now Spokane's not doing too hot. They've traded some of their guys away to Winnipeg and other teams as well. They're right in the middle.
They're the second worst. They're the second worst record in the league.
Victoria has passed them now.
Victoria has passed them?
Yeah.
Edmonton's worse, though.
Yeah, Edmonton is worse. Yep.
So they're second worst in the league.
So that's hopefully the Pats can jump on that, right? So Spokane
get enough healthy bodies to put on a good or decent show.
Yeah, right. So Spokane will be in Moose Jaw Tuesday and then here in Regina on Wednesday. So they're on a back-to-back. So hopefully the Pats can jump on that.
Get some healthy bodies in it.
Yeah, right. Because then they play Wednesday and then Friday is in Moose Jaw. So we haven't seen Moose Jaw in a while. Maybe a bit of a surprise. A couple of their players aren't at Team Canada selection camp.
Well, one for sure.
Matejchuk for sure. Yeah.
That still blows my mind. I figured for sure he'd be on the team.
Yeah.
But
definitely. And Furcus was maybe an outside chance. He's had a really good season so far.
Yeah.
But he's 18, so he's still got next year.
Yeah. And they only take a handful of guys pretty much now. So it's they took 29 or whatever, and then they got those 3 NHL guys.
Yeah, so you're up to 32.
31, 32. So that's probably more than they were planning on having in the beginning anyways. So
right, yeah, like you say, Savoy didn't even get invited. Geeky didn't get invited. And then
Matejchuk. I still can't get over Matejchuk not getting an invite.
Yeah, and then how many guys in the O and the Q that are, that we don't know.
Yeah. I guess Matejchuk is only 18 as well, too.
Oh, is Matejchuk only 18?
Yeah, he's only 18.
Okay.
But I figured he would have got an invite anyway.
Yeah.
Because he is pretty darn good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay, well, he's still got next year, so I'd be okay. We'll be shocked if he's not there next year.
Yeah, but I'm still kind of shocked he didn't get an invite this year. like I'm not saying you would have made the team or anything, but I'm still
just to get an invite.
Pretty shocked. Yeah. And then Saturday.
Then Saturday,
The
Saskatoon.
good old Saskatoon Blades in town.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in town yet this year. We've only
Nope.
one game in Saskatoon earlier in the season. That was a 5-2 loss on November 13th. So, yeah, it'll be I guess a month ago. But yeah, haven't seen them yet. They've been quietly chugging along. You know, there wasn't much hype around Saskatoon.
Yeah, they're not much hype, but they're not really quiet. They've won 21 games, 21 of 26.
Yeah.
And they don't allow any goals.
Right?
They've allowed 53 goals. That's pretty wild numbers.
Yeah, like they've got a couple goalies that, you know, they had what's his name there forever.
Nolan
Meyer, and then now they've got a couple goalies that are just humming along. Like that's their thing. They're not letting any goals in, like you said.
And they're splitting duties. Both goalies have played 13 games, and they're almost equal minutes and everything, except for 161 goals against average and a 936 save percentage and a 222 and a 908.
Yeah, like
those are NHL 23 for PlayStation 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever. Those are those kind of numbers.
Yeah, those are both top 4 in the league, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, like we talked about Red Deer having some unproven goaltending that are proving everybody wrong. Saskatoon as well. Like nobody, I don't know if nobody said, oh, they're not going to go anywhere, but I mean,
people underestimated them.
There's a good word. Underestimated, right?
Like they don't score a ton of goals, but they're scoring and they're over 100 goals, but they don't score a ton and they don't allow any hardly.
Well,
so
53. So that's fewest in the whole league. 53.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Yeah, and they scored 103. That's mid pack.
Yeah.
Right, let's go overall.
About middle of the road.
Yeah.
But like I said, like they don't have any like super huge sniper type guys. They get 3 guys with 10 goals, a couple guys with 9, but they don't have a ton of scoring per se, but they do it as a team.
Yeah, exactly. Like they traded away Krinkovic. That was their big kind of guy to Seattle. And they get back Connor Roulette, and he's been doing okay.
Over a point per game.
Yeah. And then, I mean, I think they not downgraded, but they just got younger at that trade, right? Like, Seattle's going for it this year. They want the proven guy, right?
Yeah.
And then they're just, it's a team effort kind of thing. Like you look way down the list, Jaden Weens, he's 11th in team scoring, but he's got 10 goals, 3 assists. Yeah. Like it's just across the board. Everybody's just chipping in here and there.
They've got depth just like Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Not comparing Winnipeg to them because they're probably. I've only seen Saskatoon play the one game on WHL Live or CHL Live.
Yeah.
So can't really compare them, but comparable numbers.
Yeah, they got depth. They just don't have the top end, that first top end line kind of thing.
Yeah.
That are tearing it up. It's just everybody's chipping in. So, yeah, so that'll be a good game. I mean, we haven't seen them yet this season, like you said, and
like I said, hopefully they have enough. The Pats have enough healthy bodies to make it interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Moose Jaw's gonna be tough. Saskatoon's gonna be tough. Hopefully they can capitalize on Spokane's, on their lack of skill. Their tough
and
season.
The fact they're playing the night before.
Yeah. So I mean, I think you'd hope for at least four points. Like, can you get 3-4 points out of this weekend? And kind of
it'd be nice to get 4, but
2 wins.
We need 2 for sure.
Yeah.
We need 2 points. 2 points for sure. Anyway, it'd be nice to get 4 or surprise everybody and get 6. But
yeah, that's gonna be tough, I think.
But I think a lot depends on with Brown's status, Vaughn's status.
You look at the standings. Moose Jaw's 4 points ahead of Regina, and then Saskatoon's 8 up. But yeah, Moose Jaw's right there. The Calgary game was big because they're tied with Calgary, but Calgary's played 3 less games.
Yeah.
So that was a big game. I mean, Calgary's been struggling. They took it on the chin in Moose Jaw Friday night, but then they did bounce back and beat Brandon Sunday. on the road. So 3-3, and they come out with a win in the third game. So that's pretty good for them.
Yeah. Well, and Moose Jaw's kind of up and down. Like they haven't really had any consistency to their season either. They're 19-11 or whatever, but it seems like they win one, lose one, win one, lose one.
That says 7-3 in their past 10. So I mean, it's not terrible. The Pats are also 7-3, but Lethbridge is 7-3, who are between Moose Jaw and Regina. Yeah, like Calgary 5-4-1, so they've kind of dropped off a bit. Saskatoon,
and one thing about Moose Jaw, they don't take many penalties.
Yeah, they're the fewest in the East.
285 penalty minutes.
Yeah, so
fewest in the league.
Fewest in the league. There we go. But yeah, so that power play.
Don't expect too many power plays.
Yeah, right. You didn't get any in PA. You might not get many in Moose Jaw, and I think
there was only one today, or I think it was just one today. So
yeah, 0 for 1 on the power play, and then they were 2 for 3 on the penalty kill. So
the 2 of the 3 were the major penalty. So
right, yeah. All right, and then so then that's it. The Christmas break, and then into the quote unquote second half of the season. So I mean, I think
it will be the second half because Saturday's game is the 34th game of the season, so it'll be half.
It's exactly
right
there. You go. Yeah, exactly 34.
Mark.
So I think we might have a bit of a bigger show next weekend or after the weekend's games. We want to do a kind of a mid-season kind of review. We'll see what happens. We may or may not. No promises, but
it sounds like a plan, though.
We throw it out here. Might have to make something work, right?
We'll make it work.
We'll figure something out. So, but I mean, I think that's it. You got anything else for this week?
Not really. I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, lots of questions.
Less drama this week than last week, but more questions now because we have
roster drama, not drama, but roster questions.
Well, the Pats have lost Bedard to Canada. Svozel's gone to Czechia. Question mark with Brown. Spencer is probably done for a while because if he comes back, I'll be shocked because the way his leg bent. If my leg bent like that, I would be in the hospital probably for a year. And the question mark with Corbin Vaughn.
Yeah.
And like they're going to be they could be really, really short staffed upcoming or very, very, very young.
Upcoming. And then one more point to that. Imagine if Suzdalev went to Sweden.
Oh my God.
Like he should be going. Like the guys, but it sounds like the team is kind of picked in the summer and those countries kind of pre-pick. They don't do the whole hoopla
and most
selection
of those
camp.
And most of those countries take 19s. They don't usually take 18s.
Yeah, right.
Especially if they're overseas, they usually take their guys from home unless they're
yeah. Unless they're absolutely tearing it up. But yeah, I mean that's unfortunate for him, but maybe a lucky break for the Pats. Still have him around.
It's a great break for the Pats.
Yeah, because they lose him this year. Oh, it could be in the tank fast. But I think
with that thought too, maybe we'll have him next year as well. He's only 18.
Oh
maybe
yeah,
maybe come back as an 18-year-old. Then we could lose him next year.
Yeah,
we can worry about that next year.
Exactly.
This year we're good. Hopefully he can score a few goals over these next few games and help the Pats pick up a few wins.
Yeah, stay hot and hopefully losing Svozel in the PP is gonna hurt as well, right? You lose Bedard and Svozel in the PP, so it's gonna be tough. So I guess we'll see what happens. It might be a little tough here these next few games, but we'll see at the rink. And with that, we'll wrap it up. Have a good night, folks.
Have a good one.